Okay, so I'm up on the roof. Right now I am, um, so that's the front of the house. I'm over here, and I had a little bit of concern with what's going on here with this step flashing. Um, so you can see like the shingles are sort of sticking up in the air here a little bit. Like I can actually get my hand under this one. Um, if I can push back down on it, and it just pushes right back, and it's because this step flashing is nailed tight up above here, above this. This is called drip edge flashing, and you can see there's some exposed nails. Um, so the concern is one, because of the way that it's nailed, you have exposed nails, which water can follow the nail back into the house. And two, this would be fine if these shingles were cut shorter, but you can see like that's gonna be an issue. It's, because the shingles are not fastened properly. And yeah, I can actually pull up on this. It's kind of weird. Like there should be a nail here, but because I can pull up on it, like it almost seems like there isn't maybe a nail right there. Same thing up here. So just this whole section, and it's like this all the way up. Like some of them are, look, you see how that's sticking up, and there's a big gap back here. So I have concerns about this whole area. The shingles should lay flat. There shouldn't be any gaps in between these, each section of step flashing. So, and I think part of the issue is just normally you don't put step flashing right under drip edge. Normally you have like this here, like a decent section where there's siding or at least a piece of fascia, section of fascia up there, that you can, this would then have like aluminum or siding over top of it, that sort of thing. I think the whole issue is stemming from just the fact that it is nailed. The step flashing is nailed to the side. So, and then over here on this side, you can't actually see any of the step flashing. From what I can see in a couple of areas, it is there. So, but nothing's sticking up in the air here. So we're all good. This looks good over here. This might be an area that could use some more caulking here. It's just a weird area. There's not any real good way to transition from one side to the next. So you're gonna have to, there's just really no way around having some caulking in this area. You never really want to rely on caulking to keep water out. Metal flashing, rubber flashing, something like that would be ideal. So anyways, we're gonna walk around and take a look at the rest of the roof. So this here is the dryer vent. We talked about how cleaning the dryer vent out once a year is a really good idea. You can see all this build up. This is just from about 1 year of use. So, but that should be cleaned out. Get a picture of that. Okay. Plumbing vents look good. Okay. So, I'm just gonna do this all in one video here. So, this is like Tony's side now. So we got one skylight here. for him, skylights. Let's take a look at this. Flashing looks good and intact. That looks good. See, looks good. Okay. So yeah, skylight looks good. Foaming vents look good. You know what? We'll hop down here and look at this real quick. Okay. I do see a little bit of debris here in the gutter with some standing water. Not too terrible, but it does look like maybe the gutter could be pitched a little bit better. It could come up. I mean, you know, there is a little bit of room that it could come up a little bit higher on this side. I don't know that it's really that necessary. But you know, maybe over time. Now I'm looking at this gutter, and there's nothing in here. So maybe because it isn't pitched properly, that's why you got leaves and stuff in here. Unless he was up here and cleaned his gutters out. So I'm not sure, but we'll put it in the report regardless. Yes, looking good. Shingles looking good here. Okay, so here's a couple of nail holes, and this would be from the pump jack stabilizers when they're installing the siding. So I always recommend replacing the shingle just because, I mean, they did caulk these two holes, but you know, eventually that caulking is going to fail. So if you just simply replace the shingle now, then you don't have to worry about it for the life of the roof. So there's also another spot here as well. Let's see, there may be more up this way. I don't see any more up here. Okay, up here there's more right there, and then up there a little bit further there's two more. So okay, yeah, and there's a couple more here, here. Yeah, looks like a couple more spots over on this side here as well. Okay. Yeah, other than that, everything's looking pretty good. Okay, what's going on with this cap here? Why is this cap a different color? Huh. That's weird. Yeah, looks like they ran out of capping. Because this here is not capping, that's actual shingle. And with architectural shingles, you cannot use You cannot use a field shingle as capping. You can get away with that on the 3 tabs, but not the architectural. So yeah, so this from basically from here on, is where this the ridge vent section is. I would recommend replacing with actual capping. You can see how it's like, you can tell because it looks like just a regular shingle, and this is what it's supposed to look like, just smooth with no raised section. So okay, all right, so yeah, it's gonna do it. I did look at the metal section of the roof. Oh, squeaky sheathing there. I did look at the metal section. That all looked good. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this video.